I'm an RN who's been certified in inpatient obstetrics.
I'm a perinatal clinical nurse specialist. I've been a labor and delivery nurse for 18 years, 30 years.
13 years.
I don't know how many babies I've delivered. Many. Thousands and thousands and thousands of babies.
I have delivered more babies than I can count. I have actually experienced blood spray.
I've been sprayed with cord blood many times. I never used to pay attention to the spraying because I was very concerned on the baby emerging from the mother.
The quicker you can separate the baby from its mother, the quicker you can establish the baby's physiological response to labor.
I know that I have, on occasion, forgotten to put on glasses or a mask that protects my eyes.
You are reaching for a table at the same time you're trying to reach for 3 or 4 instruments.
I don't want to have to worry about spray.
You are so concentrated on what you are doing with the baby and the mom that you don't have times to shield your eyes or grab a set of safety goggles that is an OSHA requirement. There is a lot of blood associated with delivering. Your eyes are very vulnerable during that time.
If you're in the line of fire, your mouth is open, your eyes are open. It's really something that every labor and delivery nurse is always aware of. The eye injury is probably one of the ones that we're most concerned about because when you cut an umbilical cord, you can have a clamp slip off, or when it cuts, it's under pressure, and so sometimes the spraying occurs just because of the fact that you cut into this pressurized cord. They'll spray everywhere. They'll spray the curtains, the walls. It happens frequently. It can be a mess.
Whether it's your first delivery or your 400th delivery, you can't always determine the volume of blood that's going to be in a cord or what's between the 2 clamps. You can have a very low volume and have absolutely no spray, or you could have a very high pressure system in between those clamps. As a clinical manager, there's a whole new perspective that comes in with blood exposure. In my facility alone, I know that we pay on average $10,000 per blood exposure. That becomes very costly for an institution, and that is only if the nurse who's doing the delivery doesn't have any repercussions and contract any contagious diseases.
I am aware of a resident that got sprayed in the eye and ended up with herpes in his eye, and he lost his eye. So it's a very serious condition and a very serious concern for us.
Every cord clamping and cutting has a huge capacity to have risk for blood spray. I truly believe that it isn't a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
Okay, I think this device is excellent. I have to admit it impressed me, and I wanted to know as soon as they developed it as a product that we could purchase, because it takes 3 instruments to do what this does in just 1 hand.
In a very precipitous and high stress event with delivering your own baby, it would be really neat to just have one thing to grab.
If we're just grabbing this instead of, we have to grab 2 clamps, then the scissor, and the baby's wet and squirming, and you know, you're just really all thumbs at the moment.
When I do a delivery, then I'm forced to grab a clamp and clamp, grab another one, clamp, cut.
A lot of times nurses have to do these deliveries by the seat of their pants.
And then of course you're at that point where you're at high risk for blood exposure and blood spray.
It has a protective shield on it so that the spraying is not an issue. I love it. Everything about it is just very well thought out.
The other really nice piece that I like about this is that oftentimes our cord clamps have very rough edges that scratch the baby's skin and can lead to bleeding, and this is very nice, very smooth, that would prevent skin breakdown around the umbilical cord, which could lead to infection in your babies.
This is really wonderful. This is a good device for the family.
It's not this sterile, kind of ominous looking thing. It would be a very easy way to instruct a father on this tool.
This would still be a non-intimidating thing for Dad to clip onto the baby's cord and still have that experience. It encourages the parents to be involved just a little bit more in their baby's delivery.
Just to have him grab it and clamp down and then separate the baby with just this one piece. People are always looking for tokens to remember their birthing experience by. What a great thing for a baby book. Not to mention it has a very cute face.